Good morning from the pyramids. Well, it was 2011 and I'm going to show you a photograph any moment now of when we started our trip. All those years ago with Luke Nash and when we stood in front of the pyramids on our bicycles. So, shortly we're going to have a guided tour with Intrepid, and our guide Ahmed is going to show us and tell us all the interesting sights of the pyramids. This will be cool. It was this area we rode through last time. And remember, scamming is for dopes. You just don't know how to deal with it. Don't talk, don't listen to them, ignore them politely, and you'll have a time of your life. So let's go inside, show you what's happening, see what's going on. See this is the road we rode our bicycles up, and we continued up here all the way, and look at that. What an amazing sight. These are all, well, the people on our tour, scattered all over the place.
Okay.
Wow, that's impressive. Catch up with Ahmed and listen to his story. For the next hour and a half, we're going to see the Great Pyramids of Giza. Now, isn't this amazing? Bloody hell, I never thought I'd be back at the pyramids. 14 years after we rode our bicycles through here, we've toured Africa, and then we continue south for like 12,000 kilometres. I remember Luke telling me that the other day when I caught up with him in Brisbane. Because last time I didn't learn anything. Today I'm going to learn everything about the pyramids. I'm not going to ride no camels. I'm not going to allow anyone to take my photograph. I'm not going to take a photograph of a smiling camel, because if you do, you get scammed. And that's your fault for being stupid. Right, I'm going to have a look at the pyramids.
Us looking at the pyramids, it's good breeze, it's a beautiful morning. Alright, welcome to Giza Plateau. This is what we call it. Okay, so this area here, it's not only about the three pyramids. It's actually a funeral complex. We have the three pyramids. We can see two of them right now. Behind these pyramids, actually, there are other three pyramids, small pyramids. Behind each one of them, we call them the Queen's Pyramids. We have also some tombs right here, built for the noblemen, the priests, some of the workers. So it's a big complex of Giza, or Giza Plateau here. Now, let me start the story from the beginning. Let me tell you that the ancient Egyptians were very religious people. They worshipped many gods and goddesses. They worshipped the stars. They worshipped the sun. They worshipped the moon. They worshipped the river. They worshipped the wind. They worshipped different gods and goddesses in forms of animals and birds as well. While they are living their life as religious people, they started to make some kind of observation. Same thing happens to the moon. When it becomes like a full moon, and gradually the moon disappears. Next month, it's a full moon again. Same thing happens to the river Nile. They worship the river, call it Hapi, who was a divine god for them. But Hapi, or the river, every year it floods to fertilize the land of Egypt. And then there is a dry season. But next year, the flood comes again. So for them, it seems like everything is born, had a journey, die, reborn again. That's why they thought, why not? Maybe the same thing will happen to us. So they believe that this life, it's a short stage, will lead them to their second eternal life. So they believe that they will come back to life after death. This is when they decided, okay, from now on, we're gonna take care of our second life. How? By taking care of our bodies after death. To keep the body in a safe place means to make a good tomb, and to keep the body in a good condition means to mummify it. We're going to talk about mummification later when we go to the Sphinx. That's why the ancient Egyptian started the idea. Now let's think how we're going to bury our dead bodies. According to the registers, or some of the registers we found, for example, about the technique, how they build the high walls on the temples, or how they build the columns, or how they build the statues. Definitely we found some registers, records, paintings and evidence on some temples and tombs of how they were built. That's why the archaeologists, Egyptologists, they suppose that maybe they used to be the same technique pyramids were built with. So after they provide the flat surface, they said the engineers will start to draw a perfect square on the floor. This perfect square must follow the 4 directions, okay? Like east, west, north, south. Once they draw the square, they will start to bring the blocks from the quarry there. When you get closer to the pyramid there, you're gonna see these blocks, by the way. Some of them are 3 feet, others are 20 feet long. And the weight of the blocks, some of them are 1 ton, others are 12 tons weight. One block could be 12 tons weight, by the way. When they cut it from the quarry, transport it on the boats, bring it here to this area. And by the way, from the records we found on these workers' tombs, we found some records said that there were about 100,000 workers being used to build the Great Pyramid, and it took them about 23 years to build it. These 100,000 workers, they don't bring them as one shot, as one time, no, kind of shifts and shifts. Sometimes they bring a number of them to work for 3 months and then give them a break and get another group to continue, and so on, for about 23 years. Many people were talking about that pyramids were built by slaves. The answer was no, because also in these tombs we found records talk about the salary these workers used to have. They used to get their salary as garlic, onion, bread, and beer, and even wine. So that was the way they get their salary there. And by the way, why they are building it, while they're building, they must pay attention to this tunnel, like the tunnel you're going to use right now, for example, to go to the burial chamber. So the entrance is right here. You see now the people going inside the pyramid? This is the main entrance. For inside, you need to start from the left-hand side to go up, and then go inside and come out. The step pyramid of Saqqara, the burial chamber is 28 meters below the ground level. But for a reason, this guy decided, you know what? I want to be creative. I want to do something different. No, I will keep the burial chamber inside the pyramid, on the heart of the pyramid. So going inside after maybe 80 meters going down, he changed the plan to have another tunnel that goes up to what we call it the Queen's Room, up to what we call it the Grand Gallery, up to the burial chamber, which has the sarcophagus of the pharaoh. You know, it used to have the treasure of the pharaoh as well, everything he used in his life, and it is totally or completely covered with granite. They brought this granite from Aswan quarries. Aswan is almost 1,000 kilometers south from here. Could you imagine? So it's only to cover the inner walls of the burial chamber with this type of stone. Although pyramids were built and meant to be a safe place for the afterlife journey for the dead pharaohs, but it was not successful. But it's still, pyramids are considered the most impressive, the biggest, and the most well-preserved tomb built for one single person ever.
Ahmed, I just wanted to ask you one question.
Please.
So, when they made the pyramids,
Yes.
what is the error in measurements from each side of the base? How accurate were they, like in distance between A to B, B to C, and as they go around the whole pyramid?
You mean as years?
No, as in like in centimeters. Were they so many, like they were 1 meter out in their squareness, or they were that accurate in those days? They were like 5 centimeters out.
Oh yeah, this is the miracle. This is the thing that we try to understand until today.
Yep.
So I mean, there were many theories about it, but we think the Egyptian in general, not only with the pyramids, because later on we're going to go to temples.
Yep.
We would see the technique, how precise were they when they built, for example, the columns or the pylons of the walls. So it seems like there are some museums has these tools, they use them.
Yep.
They have this tool, I don't know what you call it, which has like 90 degree.
Right angle.
Yeah, right angle.
Right
exactly,
angle triangle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they have, and even this tool to make sure that all the stones will be in a straight line when they build them. So all these equipments, these tools were well known by the pharaohs, and they used them at that time for this technique.
And that's why they're so accurate?
Exactly. We think this is why they were so accurate. These people didn't have, let's say, as I told you, I mean, they have plenty of free time, and they were very strong believers. And at the same time, for them, since they were born, their main mission is their afterlife.
Yeah.
I want to be happy in the afterlife.
Yep.
So I'm gonna work hard to make my king's pyramids as good as it could be.
Because if they didn't make it like a square base,
it will never end with this kind of, perfection.
They
That's
did
right.
it. They did it right.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, I mean, when they start to do this kind of square outline,
yeah,
this is maybe when they have, so from there, they have to follow it.
Yes.
And of course the angles also, like, this is something else they have also to follow to end up with this perfection with the construction.
Then just over there you can see the camel. That's something I avoid.
Yeah.
All right.
This camel is almost 4,000 years old.
All right, now.
My friend,
Thank you.
enjoy.
All right. Okay, we'll continue on. That's pretty neat. Well, that's the entrance. I don't think I'll be doing that. Now, if you want to go in there, it's 1,500 Egyptian pound, which is about, 30 Australian dollars. But since I suffer from claustrophobia, I have no reason to walk in there. No, not for me. All right, walk around. Isn't this amazing scenery? And there's the other pyramid, which had the limestone on the top. But over the, millennia, slowly falls away, decay. And there's your camel and your horse-drawn cart. And you might see way out there, but what happens? What a scam is, they'll take you way out into the desert and then demand an enormous amount of money, and if you think that's price has changed from the original quote, they'll say get off the camel and walk back. That's because you didn't ask and get to confirm what your price was. But to see those blocks there, anywhere between 5-10 ton, and how accurate they are, absolutely precision engineering. These guys knew their stuff. All right. See this here? I'm just going to go over to this road here. I don't have any video of it, but it's this road we went up when we started the Cairo to Cape Town bicycle trip. It wasn't that smooth. So we rode up here, we continued on up over the hill. Fascinating. Now I just wanted to show you, if you look at these rocks, that is a perfect base. And those rocks are anywhere between 10 and 12 ton. That is incredible. And there was, I think he said 1.25 million blocks made the King Khufu's pyramid. That's so amazing. Well, I might go this way as well because I don't know if that sun's blowing out. That's impressive.
Workmen, you see the workers are taking a break. These are the people who dig, on the ground there, that they might find something and they might announce it soon. Now look to the left hand side. Here is the third pyramid of Menkaura. Already this one is about 62 meters high, and they said, as I told you, that the king died before he finished it, so that's why his son, he's the one who continued. Maybe also you notice that behind the big pyramids there are small pyramids attached to them or next to them or behind them. We call them the Queen's Pyramids. So we believe that each king built these pyramids for some of his wives to be buried next to them. But of course, as a pharaoh, he's gonna have the big pyramid, and the small tiny gonna be for his wives.
Wow. Now the photograph I now put up is of Luke, myself and Andre.
This is really
close to where we were standing at the start of the bike ride, the Tour d'Afrique. Amazing, isn't it?
This is inside the... Whoa!
What an amazing view. All right, I think the next stop is the Sphinx. So we're going to go and have a look at the Sphinx now. Check that, because all we did was just ride past it last time. We didn't get to see anything. But, all right, back on the bus, go to the Sphinx. Now, we are going to show you, you might be able to see in the distance. Check that out. The Sphinx. So, we're going to get a closer look. Maybe buy a pyramid stick. I don't know where I'll stick it, but I might buy a pyramid. Buy another cap. Can't get a new cap. This one here always stays with me. What else do I need?
Yes.
All right, okay, here we go. What about a wooden figurine? Maybe I need a wooden figurine. Again, I don't know where I'm going to put that. Wow. All right. We'll make our way up to the Sphinx. There you go. Plenty of figurines you can buy. They're original.
How many one you want?
Not made in China, Taiwan, hand carved in Egypt. Yeah, right. We'll get a bit of a closer view in a moment. Now that is impressive. And the road to the right where you can see the vans coming down, that's the one we rode down and exited this historical site. Okay, we're heading up the... Off we go, and we're going to go and see the Sphinx again. Wow, what a view. That's pretty cool up there too, of the camels. Well, there you have it. We got to see the pyramids, got to have a walk around, got to see the Sphinx, got to retrace the steps of 2011. That's been a great day. We've thoroughly enjoyed it. Ahmed, the tour leader from Intrepid, told us everything. So tonight we're catching the train down to Aswan, arriving tomorrow morning, and we'll start another episode. So if you like the video, remember, not in front of the face, to the left, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you tonight on the train to Aswan. Bye.